Bismillahirrahmanirrahim.
Assalamu alaikum, brothers and sisters. If you're watching this video and it's Salah time, please pause it and go pray and come back when you're done. Please check out the description section of this video to support the channel. Piers Morgan hosted Candace Owens and Mikhaila Peterson on his show. These ladies are a perfect illustration of both the truth and falsehood behind the Elon Musk controversy in regards to him promoting the historic UK grooming scandal. Candace is a balanced and truthful person that is able to call out Elon's motives of demonizing Muslims in order to divert attention away from the backlash he was facing from the MAGA crowd for encouraging Hindu immigration, rather than seeking justice for victims of grooming. Mikhaila, on the other hand, like her dad Jordan Peterson, blindly supports Musk in his suspicious campaign to dig up a scandal that has already been dealt with by the law in order to further his anti-Muslim agenda. Mikhaila, again like her dad, also supports currently imprisoned Islamophobe Tommy Robinson. And what Musk, Mikhaila, Jordan Peterson and Tommy Robinson all conveniently have in common is that they all openly represent the interests of Israel in some capacity or another. Piers Morgan, to his credit, as well as Candace Owens, also pushed back on Mikhaila's pro-Tommy and pro-Elon position. Let's take a look at the clip.
We did disagree on Elon Musk. I thought that he was going to rescue speech on X, even that's up for debate now, given the H-1B visa debate. But I was never keen on him essentially buying a seat at the table, which is what he's done, because we don't know what Elon Musk believes. Elon Musk, of course, is going to be at odds with me and my beliefs because he wants to put brain chips in people's minds. He wants to go to Mars. You know, these things conflict with me theologically. You know, I think he's a transhumanist. What is Elon Musk's endgame? And I would actually like to see someone sit down and flesh out what Elon Musk actually believes. Not knowing the answer to that made me uncomfortable when people did what we always speak against, which is essentially turn him into a celebrity, that worship him like he's Taylor Swift, and think that because he's got tons of money and bought X, that he's now suddenly allowed to direct us on politics. I just am not into celebrity worship culture.
I mean, I'm an Elon fan, so I kind of had a bit of a fangirl moment. I appreciate what Elon is doing. He's also brilliant. So maybe some people don't understand what they're doing, but maybe it's an IQ difference thing.
I mean, look, I think he's a genius, no question. If you take the scandal in the UK, for example, he's not wrong that it was a disgraceful scandal. He amplifies all sorts of random people, some of whom are utterly appalling. The worst kind of horrible, extreme right-wing headbangers, and he's giving them this massive platform to spew often complete nonsense. I think there is a danger that Elon doesn't quite perhaps comprehend his own power on his own platform. What we can agree on is that thousands of young girls were systematically abused by predominantly British Pakistani men in the north of England. That is a horrendous scandal. It's not true that mainstream media ignored it. In fact, it was exposed originally by the Times in the UK. It's not true that Tommy Robinson exposed this in the way he tries to pretend.
I posted something, said something like free Tommy right now, right? And that gained a lot of support. I don't think somebody like Tommy would have risen to where he's at now and gained the amount of support he had if there hadn't been so much corruption in the UK covering this all up. As for Elon getting involved in it, I think that's probably a reaction because there's been so much jumping up and down about Islamophobia for the last 10-ish years that if people in the UK, especially in the government and police officers, were actually scared to talk about what was going on for fear of being deemed Islamophobic, that's a huge problem. But I think what happened and what's going on in the UK is so egregious and so awful, especially given it's been going on for so long. And especially even people who haven't been talking about it because of the fear of being called Islamophobic. I can't think of anything worse. So I can see why Elon's freaking out.
I mean, I agree with you. Listen, I've discussed with Candace before this very lazy trait people have of apportioning that kind of label to anybody for absolutely anything to shut down debate. I've got to say, in the case of Tommy Robinson, I think he's an unashamed Islamophobe. I mean, this is a guy who, when I interviewed him, one time I interviewed him, started waving the Qur'an around and just openly abusing everything about Islam. And to me, that is the definition of an Islamophobic person. And I also think there's a big self-interest with him in spewing deliberate lies about the Muslim community and constantly attacking Islam because it makes him money. And I'm very cynical about that. Candace?
Yeah, I also want to add here, just regarding Elon Musk shifting gears and even speaking about that issue, I will tell you that it very much seemed to me like he was drudging up this issue because he was getting so much backlash on the H-1B visa. So I don't really know how sincere Elon Musk was when he weighed into that issue at all. Suddenly,
no one's not.
Do you mind if I finish my sentence, Mikhaila? You've just been talking for a long time. Do you mind if I? There's not a time. There's not a time. Do you mind if I finish my sentence?
It's hard to address them all.
Do you mind if I finish my sentence? I feel like I've let you speak.
I mean, a bit, but go ahead.
Everyone's speaking. So what I was just going to say is it seemed very much to us that he was just trying to shift gears because basically he was trending for almost 2 weeks over the H-1B visa, and he was doubling down, tripling down, quadrupling down, and then suddenly he's just advising on UK politics. And like you said, this issue hasn't been going on forever. It was extensively covered by the mainstream media. It was not brought up by Tommy Robinson. Mikhaila, I do have to say, you say that you're not into celebrity culture, but the way that you respond regarding Elon Musk is very much like a Swiftie. I mean, you haven't even heard what I have to say. You're defending everything he says and does to the point that all you do is issue ad hominem attacks. I mean, your first response back when we were speaking about Elon Musk is, well, it must be an IQ thing if people don't understand him. You keep just calling people stupid. People are racist. No, people are having a different opinion than Elon Musk. And you don't have to have a higher IQ than Elon Musk to have a different opinion from him. Quite frankly, I don't think he is the most socially sharp person in the entire world. He's done incredible things. It does not make him right on issues of immigration spanning from here to the UK. It's ridiculous. I mean, he's not a king.
It's clear that Candace is a critical thinker that does not blindly follow or approve of people just because they have money, influence or clout. She was right to say that this is what most people are doing in regards to Elon Musk, worshipping him as if he is a god, and Mikhaila Peterson, as you saw, is a prime example of this. I agree with Candace when she said Elon has bought his way into global politics and that he lacks any religious morality in his thoughts and actions. She was also right in saying that Musk is not qualified to direct the world on political issues. Let's not forget Elon is a ketamine user with self-confessed mental health issues. He clearly needs to clean his own act up before he advises others. And let's be real, Elon is the stereotype of a comic book supervillain, a corny tech geek that dangerously wants to run the world. It doesn't get much more alarming than that. Candace was right to say she doesn't trust Musk due to him censoring free speech on X to only echo his sentiments, and because of his sinister personal technological goals to implant brain chips in his fellow human beings. Mikhaila, on the other hand, unashamedly admitted to be a fangirl of Elon Musk. I don't think her husband would appreciate her using that terminology. Mikhaila even went as far as to say people who disagree with Elon do so because they are low IQ, to which Candace correctly responded that you don't have to have a higher IQ than Musk to disagree with the prejudicial agenda he's pushing. Mikhaila just comes across as fake, robotic and desperate. It's clear she's just repeating Elon Musk's talking points to get in his good books. Mikhaila Peterson made the delusional claim that Elon Musk backed Tommy Robinson like she herself does because of the supposed hype surrounding Islamophobia in the UK. I'm sure if you replaced the word Islamophobia with anti-Semitism and made the same claims, Mikhaila would stutter her way to silence. Even Piers Morgan has a more balanced view on Elon Musk than Mikhaila. Piers, at the very least, is able to say where he agrees with Elon, but at the same time is able to correctly call out Musk platforming dangerous far-right bigots. Credit to Piers for shutting down Mikhaila's dishonest framing of Tommy Robinson as some sort of hero. Piers correctly said that Tommy Robinson is a blatant Islamophobe that spreads deliberate hatred and lies about Muslims and constantly attacks Islam to make money. And both Candace and Piers correctly pointed out that Tommy Robinson is not credible and did not expose the UK grooming scandal as he has always claimed, and that it was the British tabloid press that did so. If you watch the full interview, Piers also delves deeper into Robinson's criminal record to paint a true picture of how vile a person he actually is. And credit to Candace also for pointing out that Musk has only made the historic UK grooming scandal viral out of nowhere to divert attention away from the backlash he was receiving from Trump supporters for wanting to import Indian immigrants into the US to take American jobs. It is really cringeworthy to watch her simp for Elon Musk like that, as if he is some sort of godly sage. And well done to Candace for calling out Mikhaila's weird worship of Elon and defending all the garbage he spews like he can do no wrong. Again, if you watch the full interview, you'll see that Mikhaila also gets very petty about Candace's past criticism of Jordan Peterson's Valium addiction, which Candace handled in a very classy and calm manner. I'd also like to add to Candace's point that on top of Elon distracting attention away from the backlash he was receiving, he also dug up the past grooming scandal to amp up prejudice against Muslims. Stats show that school shootings, as well as general incidents of mass violence in the West, which are committed by non-Muslims, are much higher than crimes associated with grooming and supposed Islamic extremism. If Elon was genuine in his intentions, he would call out all of these things, not just the stuff linked to non-practicing Muslims, especially since the crimes involving non-Muslims are statistically higher. The main issue here is Elon Musk presenting the grooming scandal as if it just happened or is still going on, which it's not. Mikhaila Peterson did the exact same thing when she spoke about the scandal in the present tense, as if it's ongoing. Again, it's not. And this is where the dishonesty lies. This is a deliberate tactic to increase Islamophobia in the West, in order to aid those who have a political interest in doing so, the common denominator being Israel. Candace correctly said the grooming scandal is an instance of historic crime that has been dealt with in the UK on a legal level. Candace was also right when she said Elon may be smart when it comes to technology, but clearly lacks social intelligence in real-life situations. This is evident through his lack of charm, empathy and wit, and also integrity when it comes to backing attacking Israel and his petty childish behaviour on his own platform X. I'm with Candace. Elon Musk is not someone we can trust. And I also agree with Piers in regards to Tommy Robinson being an anti-Muslim scammer. And shame on Mikhaila Peterson for being yet another anti-Islam clout chaser sellout just like her dad. The apple definitely doesn't fall far from the tree. Thank you for watching. Make sure to join my free Telegram group via the link in the description, where we as Muslims can speak freely and without censorship about issues like this. And remember to like, subscribe and become a channel member for access to exclusive content. Until next time, inshallah, Jazakallah khair.
Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allah.